Hey my dear friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. Last year I purchased a used car on Carvana.com, a website that allows you to purchase used cars and have it delivered to your home without having to go to a dealership. And in that experience I filmed it from beginning to end, from when I was browsing and searching to the point where I actually went and picked up my car and I chose the vending machine. So that video has gotten a lot of views and a lot of comments, a lot of questions about the detail of what that experience is like. So I decided to do this video, a one-year follow-up, and answer the top 10 questions that I got on that first video. And so that's what's coming up. All right, my friends, this is going to be sort of an unrehearsed, unedited video that really just lets me go through and read the top 10 comments and answer them to the best of my ability. And some of them were funny, some of them were good questions, and other ones, well, they just need some mansplaining or something to kind of straighten your ideas out on a couple of things. I always try to have some humor and respect in my roasting of some comments, but here we go on the first one. This is from Justin. Interesting, so the website didn't try to sell you fake paint protection for $800. Why can't the process at dealerships be better? I bought and leased over 30 cars in my life, and I'm a car guy. It's always a rodeo, you are correct. I hate to say it, but they're all the same. Even if you walk in and offer to pay full price in cash, they will drag you through the gauntlet. And it goes on. Yeah, that is the whole point behind Carvana. It allows you to shop just like you're buying a pair of shoes on the internet, find a car you like, look at all the details. In this case, you can do financing if you choose, and you do everything online. You sign your contract online, and they don't offer you a bunch of garbage like that. They don't send you to finance after the car shows up or after you go to the vending machine. Once you get to the vending machine, you just have a few documents to sign relative to your local DMV, and that's it. That's it. You know, they don't offer you a bajillion things or try to force feed you with it. They do offer an extended warranty on cars, and yes, it's expensive, they always are, but you don't have that hours-long rodeo of we're not done yet, here's more. And that really is, that's my experience with it. And that is one of the great things that I think that this service offers. The next one is a question from Jasmine. So do they ship the coin to you, or does the attendee give it to you? Now that seems like a pretty simple question, but a valid one. I did the vending machine experience. I went to my local vending machine in Tempe, Arizona. It's actually Scottsdale, Tempe, depending on if you live here, if you just look at the map. The experience was actually pretty cool. You don't have to pay extra for it, and not every city where you might live has that opportunity for you. Most often you would just have the car delivered right to your house. The coin that she's talking about is a coin that you put into the vending machine controls, and then it sets the vending machine in motion. Now it's really just theatrics. It doesn't actually, I doubt that it really actually does anything. It's just kind of a cool little neat part of the theatrics of this whole experience at the vending machine. They do hand it to you when you get there. The attendee is present and they hand you the coin. They go, okay, put it in. So just kind of a cute little thing that they do. Made the experience just extra added fun. Next comment is from Mika. Is this video sponsored? I didn't see any links suggesting it is. Just curious. Great video. No, it wasn't sponsored. I wanted to buy a car, and I would love it if it had been sponsored, but they don't do that. In fact, I didn't even get any kind of a special deal on the car. I just wanted a good story to do a video on, and in that sense, I've gotten paid pretty well from the advertising that plays on that video, so it's sponsored in that way, but it's not necessarily Carvana that's advertising on the video at all times. There was no arrangement with Carvana whatsoever, so that's a good question though. A good question though. Next one is from the Mateo. Are these vending machine structures in every city? No, they're not. They've chosen markets where they feel they have enough sales that warrant this structure. It's a pretty expensive it's a pretty big structure, and especially here in Arizona, a big glass tower has to be air conditioned in the summertime. I can't imagine what it costs them. But no, they're not in every city, and to my knowledge, you can't get cars delivered in every city because they're still expanding here and there, and they have a few centers spread around the country where they actually purchase and process cars, and they service those cars before they are sent out to you. Look on their website and you can see what cities have those vending machines, as well as where the extents are to their delivery. Next question is from Westmont 87. Getting the extended warranty is always a bad idea. You are betting that the car will break down before X years. Basically, he's saying that his opinion is the extended warranty is not such a great idea. You know, I don't always disagree with that. Usually when I go out and buy a used car, I don't always get the extended warranty, because 90% of the time, if you're at a dealership, they are charging you way, way, way more than you should even pay for such a thing. And oftentimes, if you're buying the right car, you really don't need it, because if you go buy, say, a car that's got a really high reliability reputation out there, let's just say Toyota is an example. If you're buying a Toyota with less than 100,000 miles on it, the likelihood you're going to need an extended warranty, very low, very low. In my case, I did purchase the extended warranty because I was buying a smart car, okay? It's a car made in France, designed by Mercedes-Benz, and it's cheap. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. There was a lot of reasons that I thought, you know, I'm just gonna take the gamble and spend the money on the warranty myself. It really just depends on you. Some people like to have that extra peace of mind, some don't. What I will tell you is that they give you options on that extended warranty. You can choose how long you want it to go, and then you can see the different prices. You get as much information than most car dealers are going to share with you about what your choices are relative to that extended warranty. So it just depends on what you're buying and you know, what your financial situation is. Some people are buying a lot of car and that payment's going to be high, and they're worried about getting hit with some big expense, and that's really what that's for. So my next comment comes from KO3 Sport, a well-known viewer of my channel, and he says, they flood and skew my Auto Trader results. I'm getting the impression he sells cars. Plus, I have 2 of them, he means the vending machines, within 60 miles and a third, 90 miles away. Personally, I'm not a fan, but I haven't used them. Of course, I'm not a real fan of used and pre-owned lots, as I don't know whose problems I'm buying. Was this a drunk internet impulse buy? If so, you hide it well. Did you actually save money without a salesman? Or is it just the quicker transaction that's the real benefit? Okay, I don't know if I got the first part wrong with whether he's a car dealer or not, but was it a drunk internet impulse buy? Hardly. I don't drink. So, and if you watch the video, you'll see that it's early in the morning and I don't have a shirt and so on. But no, I spent quite a bit of time leading up to this, thinking about this, and I just wanted to try it out. It was a cheap enough car. I thought, you know what? I'll just try this online thing and see how it works. What's the worst that could happen, right? The next question was, did you actually save money without a salesman? I don't know. I don't really give a crap. I didn't have to deal with a salesman. You know, first of all, I'm happy with the deal I got, and I did look around local dealerships to see what they were charging for the same car, and actually in my case it was a little bit less, I think, based on some of the prices that I saw. But I also know that had I gone to any of those dealerships, I may have gotten down to the price I paid for the car through Carvana, but I would have had to spend so many stress dollars and lost so much of my soul for a day or two dealing with those people that all I had to do is point and click and buy a car. Why would I go? That's worth extra money to me. So, you know, I would recommend people, you know, cross shop what your local dealers are charging for the same cars, just to sort of make sure you're comfortable with the pricing, see if it works for you. But to me, there's value in not having to deal with a salesman. If it was extra money and I knew it, I might just take that choice, because salesmen suck. Car dealers suck. All right, let's just be honest. They all suck. I don't care if you go to a good one or a bad one, an expensive one. I bought cars at Mercedes-Benz and also BMW dealerships, and I purchased cars at Chevy dealerships. They're all the same. That's just the bottom line. And I don't plan on ever dealing with a car dealership again, ever. All right, my life's too short. So there you go. That was a very good question. From Timothy Halverson, dude, where the hell is your shirt? So this is a lot of comments on the fact that I was not wearing a shirt, and I'm hairy, right? I'm a big bear. Grow up, man. Grow up, people. Get past it. This isn't the 5th grade, all right? You don't like it, don't watch the video, but don't be a bitch, all right? Where's your shirt? Some people said, oh, a nice sweater. Other people said, put a shirt on. You can just hear all these people, their little tones of voice. Blah, blah. Just grow up, folks, all right? I'm a guy without a shirt. The whole point of it was illustrating that you could sit at your computer in the morning before you even take a shower, you get dressed and buy a car. It's that easy. Just grow up or watch something else, all right? I have no problem with you turning the channel. So that's my recommendation to you folks that were offended by that. And I'm not ashamed at all that I have a hairy back. So there's a lot of guys out there that like it. Yeah. All right, so the next comment is from Farmer Gold. Now you've got to do another video on why you chose a smart car. I did. At the end of this video, it's linked and also down below. I did a 1-year update on the smart car, how it's doing, and why the heck I bought it. Because a lot of people wondered that. Well, you're a car guy. Why'd you buy a smart car? Are you out of your mind? Was that a drunk impulse buy? So that question's answered in the video that you'll see at the end of this or linked down below. Next question is from Alan, and he asks simply, do they have any processing fees? And the answer is no. In fact, if you look at their website and try to build a car deal, it says never right next to the word service fees. I think that's a great thing because that is really one of the biggest frustrations if you go out to car dealerships, especially in big cities. You negotiate a price, you get to a price you're happy with, you get to finance and you find out they've got a $500 or $600, sometimes even up to a $1,500 service fee. That's just flat out baloney. It's just a way for the dealership to get that profit back that you whittled out of them for hours and hours on end negotiating your sale price. And it's disingenuous in most cases. They like to tell you it's for rehabilitation, they have to service the car, they have to do all these things. That's just baloney. That should be built into the price of any car before you negotiate it down. You're not going to get that at Carvana. So the answer is simply no, never. Next comment is from this or that. What kind of idiot buys a used car without a mechanic's inspection? And if you bring back the car, don't you get your money back, or do you have to pick another car? Very good question. And I did answer this in one of my other videos last year. What kind of idiot buys a car without an inspection? Look, if you're the type of person that has to take your mechanic, because you have one, like you just have one like on a dog on a leash, right? If you have to have your mechanic go to your dealership and look at a car before you buy it, this is not the place for you to buy a car. That's just the bottom line. If you're one of those people that's that level of concerned, there's plenty of dealerships for you to go beat your head over the balls with. I mean, just go do it. And have fun getting them to let your mechanic in, because that's not always easy either. But the reality is Carvana doesn't have a mechanism for you to send your mechanic down to look at the car, because they don't have the car sitting at a lot somewhere for you to just go look at it and kick the tires and do that kind of thing. The way their system works is they have these centers in different parts of the country where they purchase cars, they go through and service them, and they clean them up and they get them detailed ready for sale. These aren't big public lots that are there for you to go there as a customer. These are, closed warehouse type places where they do this. And so the cars that you're looking at online might be in several different locations, right? So they're not local for you to send your mechanic down to. That's the first hurdle. And the second hurdle is they don't have time for that. It's not how it works. They pick newer cars. If you look at what they've got, most of the cars are under factory warranty, and the ones that aren't, they offer a warranty with it. They have the money back guarantee. And to answer that question, you can get your money back. That's how that works. You can get another car if you want, but it's not, you don't take your car back and you're forced to get one of their other cars. You can actually get your money back. So there actually were quite a few questions about that. And if you look at their website, that is entirely laid out in plain English, pretty clearly. All right, my friends, there you have it for the top 10 questions or comments that were recurring on the Carvana buying video. I have to tell you, obviously I like it. This wasn't sponsored. I would buy a car again, and every once in a while I'll be sitting at home and I'll sort of have the bug about, oh God, it'd be nice to get another car. And I always go on to Carvana and see what they've got, because it's fun. I love cars, and it's fun to car shop. And they offer pretty much everything from cheap economy cars all the way up through big trucks, SUVs, and luxury cars, even electrics. They have a huge selection of electric cars. And that's really good right now because those are cheap. You can get a really good deal on used electric cars for a lot of different reasons. So I would recommend that everyone who's buying a used car at least look at it, right? See if they delivered it where you're at, and then give it a chance, because I haven't talked to too many people who love going to a car dealership. I don't. There aren't that many people that love it, right? I used to sell cars. I sold cars for 3 years at a car dealership, Mazda and Nissan. You would think that I'd be okay with going to a car dealership, but I hate it even more because I know how everything what they're doing works. I get it. I know exactly what they're up to, and it doesn't work to tell them, hey, I sold cars, cut the bullshit. They go, okay, anyway, here's some more bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. It's what they do. They're trained machines to just shovel it at you for hours and hours and hours on end, because what they know is the longer you sit there, the more money they make. That's it. So I just choose not to be part of that process. That's all. So there you go. Now, if you want to learn more about the smart car I bought, why did I buy it? There's a video right there, 1 year update on the smart car. And if you like what I do here on this channel, click down there and subscribe. Either way, stay tuned.